Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, we've been here. Yeah. Well, welcome everyone. Thanks so much for coming this morning and being here at KPC. Before we begin our meditation practice, we always want to really establish our motivation for being here today. So, whatever brought you here today, we focus on our motivation before we begin any activity like meditation or listening to a Dharma teaching. Our motivation really determines the direction of our actions. So we must begin by establishing that proper motivation. And so that proper motivation is, our bodhicitta intention, which bodhicitta means the compassionate wish to free all beings from suffering. So let's take a moment to establish that intention in our minds before we begin. All right. So we're going to begin. We always begin with opening prayers here. We're going to be doing on the back side of if you got something in the folder, yeah, or the front of this page. So we'll do the 7-line prayer and we'll do it 3 times together. And I'm going to put it up on the screen here, just so you all have it online. Give me 1 second. There we go. And if you want to chant along with us too. Organ yugi nu chamsam pemage sardombola yasan chogi no drune pemajune shesudra Koryu kandro mampokor keki jesu dag drupki jinjilok shir sheksu sol Guru Bema Siddhihum Organ Yugi Nucham Sam Bema Ge Sardom Pola Yasan Shogi Nundrumne Bema June Shisudra Koru Kandrom Mampokor Keki Jesu Dag Drupki Chinjilop Shir Sheksu Sol Guru Pema Siddhihum Organ Yugi Nucham Sam Pema Ge Sardom Pola Yasan Shogi Nundrumne Pema June Shesudra Koru Kandrom Pokor Keki Jesu Dag Drupki Chinjilop Shir Sheksu Sol Guru Pema Siddhihum. All right. So the meditation we'll be doing today is called Shamatha meditation. The text we'll be referring to is our teacher's text, Detsma Akalamo's text, Stabilizing the Mind. So we'll refer to kind of the techniques and how to do that within this book. So we always want to go over each week, what is meditation? We hear it a lot. We hear that word a lot in kind of like the health field, and that it can make us feel more relaxed. Meditation is a state of mind when it's relaxed, stable, and open. It trains our mind to be more calm and relaxed, and yet wakeful and alert. So the whole point of meditation is to create more space in our mind. And we can think of all the things in our modern day lives that are competing for that spaciousness in our mind. And we think of all the things we have to do and things we have to take care of, or maybe situations or people we take care of. And how are we taking care of our minds? How are we allowing our minds true rest, true spaciousness and stability? And we can think of all the emotions that can fill our mental space as well. Fear of change, or fear of just life, how it passes by so quickly. All those emotions that we have, meditation is really there to help balance those emotions, to allow time between our actions and reactions, so that we can face life and respond in a calm and spacious way. And in Buddhism, it's a really important first step to developing bodhicitta. Again, it's that compassionate wish to free all beings from suffering. So if we don't have any spaciousness in our mind, then how can we even consider the welfare of all beings? How can we even think of that if we're so inflamed in our minds with no space at all? So let's get a comfortable seat. And whether you're on the floor or on a chair, just the main point is really to have a straight spine. So we want to be lifted in our spine and our shoulders back and our elbows back. So we don't want to be hunched over. And we just want to breathe naturally and allow our breath to get to a natural rhythm. It might take a few deep breaths to get to this natural rhythm. And we're gazing down towards the floor, almost like there's a line from the bridge of your nose extending out to the floor. We're picking a point on that line to rest our gaze. So we're not intently staring at the floor. We have a relaxed gaze towards the floor. Again, we're breathing naturally. And we allow a little bit of this breath to also pass through our mouth as well. And we do this by putting the tip of our tongues in the back of our front teeth, almost like we're saying the letter L. So just resting there, breathing naturally. Just this very light gossamer attention on the breath. It's not a heavy attention, it's very light attention. I'm just going to read one little section in this book about that attention on the breath. The first step is to learn to breathe naturally and to watch the breath at the same time. Now, to watch your breath, put a very light attention on your breathing. Get away from the tendency to control your breathing. Just breathe naturally in whatever way you are used to breathing. The point is not to have a health experience. The point is to breathe naturally and to put only the gentlest, gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't have to press down hard. You just watch it barely. The attention is not overbearing or overpowering. It's almost like you're riding on the surface of your breath with your consciousness. You barely observe it, and you observe it very passively without making any judgments. After you concentrate gently on your breath for a few sessions, you can learn to become almost feathery in that concentration on your breath. So again, that's from Stabilizing the Mind. So again, we're focusing on the breath, and whenever we, that light attention on the breath, and whenever we feel our mind begin to wander, we're going to gently bring our attention back to the breath. So if we have a thought, if we're thinking about what we're doing right after this, if we have a thought of the past, whatever it is, we bring it back to our breath. If we get distracted by something in the room, or our body feels uncomfortable, again, we just let it go and bring it back to the breath. Obviously, if something serious is happening, but just the sensations and things that we can get hooked on in our minds, we bring it back to the breath. If we find our mind is very busy today, we can actually imagine cutting the thought or tossing the thought out and returning to the breath. So we're going to begin with 5 minutes to start, and we'll do 2 more sessions after that. If you are new to meditation, it's always advised that you just begin where you are. You can begin with a minute or 2 minutes and slowly build that stability over time. So it's never recommended to jump into a 45-minute meditation if you've never done it before. So we'll start with 5 minutes. Again, gently bringing our attention back again and again to the breath. Starting, I have my timer here. Starting now. And our hands in our laps, sorry, I forgot to mention, is the right over the left with our thumbs touching. And if it's more comfortable, if you're in a chair, you can also just put your hands on your thighs as well, too. going to increase our time. Let's see how we do. It's really best to just not have any judgments or attachments on how our meditation goes. If we feel like we're very distracted today, or we feel like we're very clear and our mind is very, alert, whatever experience we have in meditation, the point is not to get attached to it. The point is just to be consistent in our practice and show up again and again to build that stability of mind. So we will do another longer session. And the real benefits of meditation happen as in a long-term way. We can really see the benefits of how it affects our mind. So, all right. All right. We'll do double our time here. Starting now. Thank you. All right. Need to stretch or grab some water. And we're going to end with a shorter session. We do have resources online throughout the week if you need more resources for meditation. On our Kunzang Peo Choing YouTube page, we have a meditation playlist. And also, the schedule for meditation will be changing on February 23rd. Our teacher here, Jetsama Akalnamo, has invited our resident Kempo Karze, to teach meditation on Sunday, along with the teaching and a Q&A and a short practice afterwards. So it's going to be at 11:30 every Sunday. Again, meditation and a teaching and Q&A, and then a short Chinrezi practice, which will be explained. And that starts February 23rd. So that will be the new schedule for Sundays. And then Saturdays will be the same. So we'll be rotating, taking turns on Saturday, teaching meditation still at 10 a.m. So that's the new schedule. And let's finish with, again, a shorter meditation. All right. Okay, starting now. All right. So to seal in the virtue and blessing of doing meditation together, we'll do some closing prayers, some dedications, and that's on the back side of your sheet. And I'll put it up on the screen. There we go. Oh, there we go. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I've accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I'll ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. So, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, we look forward to seeing you next weekend. And then stay tuned for the change on February 23rd, the scheduled for Sunday. I'm going to end the live stream now. Thank you so much for joining. See you next